Setting up your tracker is super easy. The first thing you're going to do is click Make a Copy. And this will bring an editable version just for yourself. I have the links right here for you. So if you go to the visualizations, you'll see just kind of a default values. If you go to net worth input, this is where you'll actually track your accounts each month. Now, first thing you need to do is go to Worksheet and update the start date to whatever you want it to be. So for example, let's say that I want to not just start on the current month that I'm in, but I want to do for the current year. I can select 1/1/2025, which is January 1st, 2025. When I do that, the net worth input, instead of just having March 2025, we'll have January, February, and March. Now all future months are going to automatically populate once they happen. So now we can clear any default values that we have here. And the next thing you need to do is change the headers to whatever applies to you. So for example, you have a checking account, high yield savings account, and so forth. Let's say you only have a checking account and a high yield savings account. You can delete whatever's next. Select all three of these columns, go to view more column actions, and press group columns. And now you have a little toggle to only show what you actually have. If you have more, you can simply expand and add those. If you need to expand more, you can, but that's how that works. So you can put as many liquid accounts as you have. So this is money that you actually have ready at any time. Retirement accounts will be actually ones that are for retirement specifically, not brokerage or crypto or anything like that. That's under other investments. This is like your 401k, your health savings account, Roth IRA, and so forth. Once again, you can delete what you don't have. You can add more if you need to and make that your own. Other investments is like brokerage, crypto, if you have real estate, things like that. So you can add or subtract whatever you want. Miscellaneous is things like cars and homes and whatever you consider an asset. It's up to you entirely what you include or not include. This is your tracker after all. And then we have our debts. So this could be a loan, credit card, student loans, plan, so like payment plans, things like that. And I recommend if you have multiple student loans or multiple credit cards, just doing one lump sum instead of listing them all individually. But like I said, that's entirely up to you. So all you're going to do is put the amounts. So you'll type in whatever the amount is. Biggest thing to know is for liquid retirement accounts, other investments, and miscellaneous, these should all be positive numbers. And then for debts, it should be a negative number. All right, so once you fill that out, it should look something like this. You can start with just 1 month. You can start with multiple months. You can start going as far back as you want to. I usually recommend doing just kind of like the current year or just like a couple of months and then going back as you have time. But if you want to set it up all the way to whatever point you want to start, feel free. I have mine going back to when I got married a little bit over 10 years ago. Everything else should populate. So we have our total assets, our total liabilities, our net worth, change, everything like that. If you do want to change this later on, you can simply double click. Let's say I want to go back to 2015. I can do that. And then on my net worth input, I just simply need to copy all of this that's here already to go match where it was before. So I'm going to copy that, then go all the way down to January, paste that, and then delete what was currently there. So for our visualizations and such, this is going to look a little bit funny until we actually fill out the data, but that's how that works. All right, now that you're done with that, go ahead and click on how to use the tracker to see my other video.